So, welcome to our Hatha Yoga class for happiness. So, this is going to be a happy yoga session, and we're going to be needing a couple of props. So, if you've got bricks and a strap available, if you don't have a strap, then you could use something like a dressing gown cord or an old belt or scarf or something like that. So a couple of bricks and a strap for this morning's happy yoga. And when you're ready, just finding yourself in a comfortable seated position. As you can see, I've gone outside for our practice this morning. So hopefully you can hear and see me okay. Um, and encourage you, if you're doing whether this you're doing this on the catch up or live, if you ever want to take the video outside, you can always go and do the practice in your garden. It's always a nice way of adding an extra layer or extra depth to the practice. So option, if you wanted to in your comfortable seated position, you could perhaps sit on a brick or block just to help you raise those hips up a little bit higher. Find that lovely straight spine. So just taking a moment just to adjust. If you are on that brick block or cushion, then just shuffling the bum so you're right on the very edge, allowing that pelvis just to tilt forward. Really nice. Taking a big inhale through the nose. See if you can grow nice and tall. And then just allow yourself to exhale and just breathe out any tension. Inhale, closing perhaps down the eyes, and just see if you can start to breathing a little bit of energy, a little bit of positivity this morning. And then exhale to just breathe out your tension. Feel the tension just release down beneath you. A couple more of those. Inhaling alertness and positivity. Exhaling to release tension, and then just allowing yourself just to settle onto your natural breath. Just allowing yourself to observe the breath going in and out, perhaps through the nose, or maybe noticing the movement of the breath elsewhere, for example, in the belly, the chest, or the throat, wherever you're feeling the breath the most today. And just noticing that natural rise and fall, that natural rhythm, without controlling anything. Allowing the face to soften, those worry lines to fade away. And continuing that gentle focus on the breath. We're not having to overly concentrate, just feel like it's kind of a light awareness on the breath going in and out. And then gently bringing a smile to your lips. Keeping that awareness on the breath and just noticing the effect of a smile. Even just a gentle smile can start to boost your mood and help create endorphins in your body, making you feel good in yourself. And then perhaps take a moment to just repeat the mantra, I am joyful, to yourself 3 times. Beautiful. When you're ready, gently blinking those eyes open and just bring your chin towards your chest, feeling a little stretch down the back of the neck. Taking a little rock of the head from side to side, just working into any neck creaks. You start to draw a little smile with the nose. Easing anything through. You can go nice and slow with this. Beautiful. Coming back to center, inhaling the arms up nice and tall, and then exhaling. We're going to do a little forward fold over, down in front of us. So just coming as far as feels comfortable. Perhaps taking a little moment to walk the hands from side to side, stretching into the side body. Going to one side, pausing for a breath or two, and then walking back to center and across to the opposite side. Coming back to center, walking the hands up, bringing the hands behind you in a little interlace, pressing down and away, feeling your chest open, starting to open through the heart. It's area associated with joy. It's also associated with summer, so very fitting for the warmer months of the year. Taking a moment just to feel this opening. And then when you're ready, gently starting to come forward into that little forward fold. Don't perhaps not as far this time, but just noticing the stretch and opening, a little bit of sensation. You start to warm up gently through your body. Gently raising yourself up, using those tummy muscles, releasing those arms out, and just grabbing your strap. So using perhaps a dressing gown cord or an old belt or something like that if you don't have a yoga one, and just bringing it nice and wide above you. See if you can inhale to grow nice and tall. Exhale, bring it down in front of you. Inhale up, exhale, and bring it behind. And this is where you might want to have those hands nice and wide. Inhaling up, exhaling down. We're going to continue working with this, but you might find that you're able to start wiggling those hands a little bit further in after a few rounds. So trying to keep that spine nice and tall, using a little bit of core engagement just to help. Just working into those shoulders. Really nice. One more on each side. And releasing that strap off. Coming back through another couple of arm stretches. Just continue with the theme. Actually, I'll do this one in front of you for the moment. Inhaling that right arm up, bending at the elbow, doing a little press down, finding your tricep stretch. And then perhaps reaching around and see if you can reach for opposite fingertips, or perhaps your bra strap or t-shirt. Seeing if you can keep that elbow tucked in towards the side of the head rather than coming out to the side, and working up towards the sky. So it wants to again go forward. See if you can start to push it back. Lovely. Pausing here again, trying to keep your spine nice and tall, keeping that integrity, that lovely straight line. And releasing here. Bringing the other arm up, bending at the elbow. Let's find that lovely little stretch down the back of the arm. And then reaching around, seeing if you can scoop and find perhaps somewhere in your t-shirt, or reaching around to find those fingertips. Again, drawing the arm up and back and then in line with that ear. Really nice. Taking a little moment to smile through the sensation and releasing off. Really nice. So choosing either staying in your comfortable seated position as you are, if you might want to just switch your legs over if you're in cross-legged position, just to give it a little bit of evenness. And let's just take a couple of final movements in this position. Inhaling the arms up to one side and across. Just starting to work a bit of breath and movement together. Gentle waving to the world, inhaling it up, exhaling over. Trying to keep the opposite hip nice and grounded down to the floor. Really nice. One more on each side. And then releasing those arms off and bringing the legs out nice and wide now. So let's start to work a little bit with the lower body, flexing those toes off, and then just perhaps um, gliding the left fingertips down the left leg, starting to reach across and bringing the arm up and over. So you might find that you're at the toes, or just bring the hand somewhere on the leg. See if you can open out through the chest. Pressing the backs of the legs into the floor, keep those toes coming towards the shins. Really nice. Inhaling back up to center, coming across now to the opposite side, glide those fingers along the leg till you find a nice little side bend, and then bringing the opposite arm up and across. Really nice. And gently coming back up to center, bringing yourself around, just moving any props out the way, and planting your feet on the earth, bringing the hands to face towards your bum so that the fingertips are facing, so to the same in line with your feet, and just beneath the shoulders. You're going to press into your feet so the knees are relatively bent, but you can again adjust this as you come up. We're going to come into reverse tabletop position. So using those bum muscles to press yourself up, bring yourself up to the sky. Use those bum muscles to create this little flat back position. Option to keep the head up, or you can start to move it back if that, whatever feels better for the neck. Press into the heels, engage through the bum. One more breath here. Feel that heart space open, connecting with that feeling of joy in that area. And then sinking the bum down. Hug the knees into your chest. Maybe take a little rock from side to side. And then rolling onto your front. We're going to bring our bricks around. I'm going to find my other one. There it is. And so you can choose the height. I often go on the lowest setting, but you might want to go even a little bit higher. So the kind of middle setting for this, see what feels good. You're going to bring your elbows onto the bricks, bring your hand into a little palm shape. And we're coming into puppy pose, or a variation of. So seeing if you can stick your bum in the air, bum stays up rather than back like in child's pose, and then bringing the hands back and well, just above, kind of going straight up to the sky. See if you can bring the head down towards the earth. Might not touch, it might touch. Opening into those shoulders, feeling a little sense of opening through the heart once more. And gently, okay, bringing yourself up, wiggling yourself forward, coming off those props, and sinking yourself back down. Let's come and find ourselves in child's pose. Take any variation you want, perhaps wide-legged, bringing those knees out, big toes together, sinking yourself down to the mat, just allowing yourself to connect with the sensations in your body, the warmth and energy you've created, just starting to connect with this sense of positivity, of energy, that your physical practice, those endorphins that you're creating, just see if you can start to tune into that. Perfect. Rolling yourself up, coming through into an all fours position, and gently shifting the left foot back. We'll find ourselves in a nice little stretch. See if you can press through into that back heel, just finding a nice stretch down the back of the leg. See if you can keep the hips nice and square to the floor. Really nice. When you're ready, lifting that foot up and off the ground, connecting with the core. Option to stay here or option to bring the right hand forward. To play with our bird dog pose. Sunbird. One more breath. Release the hand down, release the knee down, taking perhaps some hip circles one way and then the other. And then when you're ready, gently shifting the right foot back, press into the right heel, gently feeling that stretch down the back of the leg. Connect with the core and then lifting that leg up, finding your position with the legs and hips being in a nice straight line, keeping that leg kind of really pressing out towards the back, but trying to keep everything in line. We're not going above, we're just kind of staying in line with the bum. And then bringing perhaps that left arm out and in front into the equation to add an extra dimension, extra core workout, if you will. One more breath here. And release down. Coming into a little kneeling position. You're going to bring the left foot out to the side. Inhale the arms up. Press the bum towards the front so you get a nice little sense of opening coming into our gate pose. Bringing the left arm down, bringing the right arm up and over, feeling a little stretch and opening. Again, connecting with that heart space, a sense of opening. Maybe adding that little smile back in. And then bringing the opposite hand down onto the ground and bringing the arm up and over. Option to stay here as you are, or option to add the leg in, flexing the foot, so coming up on the extended, off, bringing that extended leg up off the ground. And gently release down, inhaling yourself back up to center. And we'll swap across to the opposite side, bringing the opposite foot out to the side, bringing the toes to face towards the front, shift the hips towards the front, bringing the arms out, pausing here, embracing the sensations in the body, and then gliding those right fingertips down the leg, bring yourself up and over, feeling a sense of opening. Come back to your breath, breathe through it. And then gently bringing the opposite hand down and around onto the mat and bringing it up and over, keeping those hips pressing towards the front. Option to stay here or option to bring that opposite leg up and off the ground. Have a little fun with it. Little bit of balance involved always adds a little bit of joy to your practice, I find. But if it feels too much, you can always place that foot back on the ground. One more breath. And release. Use those tummy muscles to bring yourself back up to center. And release. And then gently coming back around again. If you have moved on your mat like I did, coming back around, we'll find ourselves in our downward facing dog. So bringing those hands a palm distance forward from your all fours position, tucking the toes under, bringing the hips up and back. And just taking a moment to make any little adjustments, really thinking, can you make that spine as long as possible, perhaps releasing through the neck and shoulders with a little rock of the head from side to side. And then perhaps adding a little pedal of the legs here, just to warm up through the backs of the legs. Beautiful. Taking a moment to start to walk the feet in, shuffle them in, and end up in a soft forward fold at the top of the mat. Pausing here, maybe taking a little dangle or rock from side to side. Again, inhaling some positivity through the nose. Exhale out any tension or negativity. Couple of those if it feels good. And then pressing through the feet, engage through the tummy and gently roll yourself up. Taking your time to reach the top of the mat. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down, coming to find your mountain pose. Pressing the feet into the earth, feeling the spine rise towards the sky. Checking, are you not engaging through those bum cheeks? See if you can release them. Slight engagement through the core and this sense of length. And connecting with your heart space. See if you can start to connect with that heart and connect it to the world around you. Releasing any tension in the face. If you've got subconscious jaw clenching or anything else going on, see if you can add a little bit of softness, even making some scrunching up faces with your, so scrunch up your face a little bit and see if you can release it, if that works for you. And then pausing in stillness and coming back to your breath here. Really nice. Linking those eyes open. We're going to come through our breath of joy. So as a bit of a recap with this one, it's where we start to bring the arms and the arms and the movement together. So I'll just demonstrate it quickly for you. If you know this one, you can get straight on with it. But it's inhale, exhale. Well, hang on, we go inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and then we do a little bow down. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale down. So playing now with your own time, it's about 3 of these arms before you, and you can swing them out before you swing yourself down. And breathing out through the mouth when you do that. Breathe out through the mouth as you bend over. It's like you're conducting an orchestra. And then bowing to your crowd. One more round. And coming gently up when you're ready. Taking the last one if you've still got one to go. And coming back and just resting the hands on the heart. Noticing perhaps a quickening of the heart rate. Connecting back with your breath once more. Lovely. So I thought we'd migrate ourselves through a little gentle sun salutations that are really nice for boosting energy and boosting our mood. And then we'll play with a couple of poses and see where we go. So when you're ready, inhaling the arms up, exhale through the midline. Inhale to a little halfway lift, that flat back position. Exhale, step back the left foot. Pausing here in a runner's lunge. See if you can have a little rock back and front. And then grounding the hands, option to bring bricks into the equation just to raise the floor up to you. If you want, you can step the right foot to meet the left at the back. coming into a plank position. If you use the bricks, just bringing them in slightly if you need to for your plank pose, or just working with the floor. You can bring your knees down at any time in your plank. Pausing here just for one more breath. Exhale the knees down. See if you can keep the elbows tucked in towards your sides. Bring yourself down to the ground. Inhale yourself up into a little cobra, pressing the tops of the feet into the earth. And then pressing yourself up and back. Sink back through your child's pose for a moment before shifting yourself up and through to find your downward facing dog. Pressing into your right foot. Inhale the left foot up and back. Exhale it in between your hands. Step it through, help as you need. And then gently lowering the right knee down to the earth. Inhaling the arms up. Finding yourself in your low lunge. Pausing here for a moment. And then depending on your padding, on like what floor surface you've got, you're going to reach and see if you can, and again, perhaps do a little roll under of your mat. See if you can bring that back foot up and either bring your right hand round to grab it or just leave it up there, or you can use your strap just to grab to loop it around the top of that foot. Definitely very hard floor in my garden. And pull it in towards you. So if you can't reach it, you could also do it with your opposite foot. So if you could grab it with your left, whoops, find your balance, and then option to bring the opposite hand up, option to have something beside you to help with your balance. See if you can get a nice stretch through the whole of that right front thigh. One more breath and release. If you have got a strap in the way, just shifting it out the way for the moment. Releasing that foot down, we're going to bring the hands either side of that front foot, tucking those back toes under, step the back foot to meet the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Find yourself in that lovely forward fold. And then inhale, sweep those arms up. Feel that joy and energy rising up to the sky. Exhale the hands to heart center. Lovely. Pausing here, hands at the heart space. The space of joy, connecting perhaps to the mantra, I am joyful once more. When you're ready, we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale through the midline. Inhale, halfway lift. This time stepping back with the right foot, finding the high runner's lunge on this side, having a little rock back and forth. Either bringing the hands to bricks or blocks or the floor to step the front foot to meet the back in your plank pose. Pausing here. And when you're ready, perhaps lowering those knees down, keeping those elbows sucked in, lower yourself down to the ground. Inhale yourself up. Little cobra, pressing the tops of the feet into the earth. Feel that heart space open towards the front. Pressing yourself up and back. Shift the bum towards the back of the room to feel stretch through the arms. And then tucking those back toes under, shift yourself up and back, finding yourself in your downward facing dog. Pause just for a breath here. And then press into the left foot. Inhale the right foot up and back. And step it in between your hands. Help it as if it needs to. Lowering that back knee down to the earth. Inhale up. Finding your low lunge on this side. Start off by having a lovely little tuck of the tailbone, just starting to feel that stretch into the left side of that, the left front of that thigh. Start with that lovely sense of tailbone tucking under. And then when you're ready, perhaps bringing the hands down to the hips to help with your stability, and perhaps rolling the mat for a bit of extra padding, lifting that foot up, either just working it with in the air, or perhaps using your strap or your hand to start to Feel that stretch. If this is easy with the left hand, then you can reach and find it with the other hand for an extra challenge. And another challenge option to bring that arm up to the sky. Pausing wherever you are for another couple of breaths. Connecting with that heart space. See if you can keep that spine nice and tall, the heart pointing towards the front. And then releasing that foot off, releasing the arms down. Bring the hands either side of that front foot and stepping the back foot now to meet the front. Forward fold. Take a moment to have a little jangle, a little wobble, wiggle from side to side. Press into the feet and gently roll yourself up. Coming up to the very top of the mat. Beautiful. From here, you're going to step back with your right foot, bending through that front knee, coming to find a little warrior two position. Flipping that front palm up and over. Let's come through a little reverse warrior flow. So bringing that arm up and over. Should be feeling nice and open. We did this movement already. Bringing the hand up and around, finding that extended side angle as you have that bent elbow on the front knee, twizzling those shoulders so that they are nice and stacked one on top of each other. Heart space radiating towards the front. Press into those legs evenly. Enjoy this movement, these endorphins flowing through the body. Using the core muscles, come back up to center, twizzle yourself round. So that the opposite toes point towards the back, kick the back heel in, bend through the front knee. Let's find this position on the opposite side, back in our warrior two. Adjust the length if you need a little bit of extra challenge, take it longer. Anything going on with the lower back, make it shorter. Otherwise, stretching through those arms, feel this sense of opening through the chest. Flipping that front palm up, calming up and over, engage through the tummy. Enjoy that sense of opening. And then gently flowing through to bring the arm up and over and across on this side. Connect with the floor beneath you, pressing through both legs evenly. Feel those shoulders stack one on top of each other as much as possible. One more breath. Use your tummy to bring yourself back up to center, and then come and find yourself in a lovely wide-legged forward fold. Allowing yourself to gently dangle down. Maybe a little sway. And then gently rolling yourself up. Beautiful. Shimmy those legs in so you can heel the foot, toe them in. And we're going to work with one more kind of heart opening pose, just to sort of play a little bit more with that heart space associated with joy before we come down onto our mats. So with this one, we're going to be, it's a little bit of a, well, actually, we'll play with a little balance and then we're going to go into it. So you'll need to have your strap handy for this one. So have it in one of your hands, have it in your right hand ready. And when you're ready, we're going to find ourselves in our lovely mountain pose to start with. So getting that lovely stable foundation. So just checking that you're in a nice place where your weight is evenly distributed, getting ourselves set up for our balance. Start to engage through that core, that little bend through the knees, spine's nice and tall. Lovely, really nice, everyone. And then from here, you're going to start to press into your weight into your right foot and bring the left foot back. So I'm just going to show you. So coming into what is effectively a half warrior, you're not in warrior three, which is like down here. We're kind of half there, but keeping the torso and everything's kind of in line. Really nice. Pause for one more breath. And then we're going to bend through that knee and then option to grab that foot with the hand and just work with the kind of stretch version of this, or you can, this is where you can bring your strap in, just looping it round. Oops, again, you might need to just play with your balance here. Just going to bring that foot towards the back leg. If you need to hold on to something, or if you've got an uneven floor like I've got, just paying attention, see if you can really play with that balance, and then pressing the top of that foot into that strap. See if you can open the heart towards the front, and option to raise the right arm up to the sky in our dancer's pose. One more breath and release down. Take a little roll of the hips. Coming back to your mountain pose once more. So come back to that stillness, connect through the feet. Close down the eyes, come back to the breath. Feel a sense of grounding, get that lovely sense of position for your balance pose. And this time we're bringing the weight into the left foot and starting to shift that foot back. So we're keeping the chest nice and proud as we do this. So we're looking for the, often we often want to go forward like this. What we're trying to do is keep the torso and the leg in one straight line as much as possible. So trying to keep that heart nice and open. Pausing here, so in our half warrior 3 sort of position. And then perhaps bringing the hands to the hips just to help. We're then going to bend through that knee, and you're going to decide, are you using the strap or are you using your hand? But perhaps looping that strap around. Oops. Again, having to bring that foot down if you need to. Finding the top of the foot, walking the hand down the strap. And I've actually crossed. So you can use the strap in the same hand as the same foot, or you can use the opposite one. And then once you found out, option to bring that arm up in the air, press the top of the foot into the strap, kick that foot back, bring that heart open towards the front, coming into our dancer's pose. Just holding for another couple of breaths, doing really, really well. And releasing off. Popping the strap to one side, taking another moment to roll through the hips. And then gently inhaling the arms up, exhale down to find yourself in a lovely little forward fold. Just dangle out, release anything off. Inhale that positivity through the nose. Exhale out any negativity, any tension. And then gently rolling yourself down and through. We're going to roll ourselves straight onto our backs. Keeping the feet just gently bent, bring the left ankle over the top of the right knee, and gently press into that, away with that left knee. So you're feeling this little sense of opening through the hip before you gently perhaps bring the right foot up and off the floor. Start to feel a stretch into the bum area. Option to roll through whichever ankle's up. So if you're not in this variation, rolling through the one above. Changing direction. And releasing that foot down, releasing the top foot off. And again, finding that position on the opposite side. So working with that kind of figure of 4 pose to start with. So see if you can press using those leg muscles only, not your hands. Press away, feeling this opening into the hip, using the leg and hip muscles to find that space. Option to stay here, or option to lift that left foot up and off the earth. And perhaps wherever you are, adding in your ankle roll. Really nice. Releasing here. And this time bringing the right foot up to the sky, pointing the toes towards the shins, just feeling a stretch down the back of the legs. Hug the knee into your chest, extend the left foot away, and just hug it in. Placing that right foot down on the earth, gently bringing the left foot up in the air. Option to extend that opposite leg if you do want a bit of extra stretch, extra sensation. Pausing just for another breath or so. And then bending through that knee, extending that right foot away if it's not already. Feeling this lovely sense of lovely stretching and soothing in the body. And a final little pose for happiness. Bring the other knee in. We're going to come into our happy baby, bringing the elbows, the knees out in towards the armpits. Bring the feet up to the sky and start to either bring the hands onto somewhere on the leg, the ankle, or perhaps the outer edges of the feet as you look to find your happy baby pose. Option to have a little play, a little roll from side to side. Adding perhaps a little smile back into your practice. And releasing the feet back down, pressing the hands into a little interlace in front. Just press them up and out to the sky, feeling this sense of stretch through the back shoulder area. Allowing the hands to go wide and gently rocking the legs, just having a little windscreen wiper from side to side. Perhaps integrating breath and movement, or just going really, really slow. It's like you're moving across in slow motion. And just pausing for a moment, perhaps just bringing the knees in towards one another. Connecting here, perhaps placing a hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Feeling the sensations of joy, positivity, and energy spreading through your body from your practice. And when you're ready, gently rolling onto your favorite side, pausing for a little moment before you use your hands to push yourself up to find yourself in your comfortable seated position. Closing the eyes, just taking a couple of breaths there. And so this was the end of our happy yoga hatha practice. I hope to see you soon if you're leaving us now.